Christ.
The podcast has been on hold for a half an hour.
I can't. I'm gonna look away now.
I wouldn't.
I'm not. So, video games. Sometimes we like to play them.
Yeah, it's, hold on.
I just feel so awkward.
I do too, Kyle. I do too.
If I could at least see the show that you were watching, it wouldn't be as bad. Now it's just some sort of mystery show.
I could probably turn on the webcam for you, Kyle. The camera might be shaking in a fairly steady pattern, but I'm sure you would be okay.
All right, podcast. This is where we talk about video games. Let us go into the podcast. Hello and welcome to Critical Strike, episode 56. I'm Josh Bucknell, and here with me is Mr. Kyle Dumond.
Why, hello there, Josh.
And now taking a break from filming the next part in this epic Twilight saga, Mr. BillyBlack.
You got a little lost on that one, didn't you?
Fuck!
Oh, man. It's cool when he turns into a werewolf.
That's true.
Wait, does he? You're a werewolf, Billy?
He's a...
I'm kind of a lazy werewolf. It's not as impressive as you'd hope.
Well, snap.
Mm.
And actually, now somebody's finally going to be able to hear you in recorded form, because we know how you are with actually putting out episodes.
Oh.
Yeah. Last one's edited, ready to post.
Well,
Should do
why
that.
have you posted it then?
I don't know.
Wait, the last one from 2 weeks ago, or this week, or the week before?
This week.
What about
I
last week's?
It went up on Tuesday.
No, the post is up, but the episode isn't.
I fixed it.
No, I tried again today.
No way.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Look at
I
that.
don't know.
PSNerds once again failed. Critical Strike 455. PSNerds 1.
I don't think it's quite that high.
So we're going to be a little bit distracted on this one.
Kyle's having computer problems.
Yeah.
so-
What? No, you
Once
two are
again-
watching the International Sexy Ladies Show.
What? I don't
I
like
mean-
this slander that you're talking about us, Kyle. This is not
Yeah.
right.
I don't like that you even know about a show like that.
I mean,
Never watched it.
We've been trying to get this podcast going for a good half hour, and Kyle's like, oh man, I gotta get this file. Wow, my microphone's messed up again. Billy and I have
Good
Done
enough.
in 2 minutes.
Billy and I have been sitting here waiting for a good half hour. 39 minutes,
Good
actually.
Fast Karate episode. God damn it, now I'm distracted again.
See? This is
See
what
it?
we've been putting up with, folks.
This is where we're at.
Yep.
Oh god, I hate you guys.
I hate the heat right now. I'm sweating terribly.
It's not too bad.
I'm quite comfortable.
It's cloudy here, but it's not too bad. I can hear the birds. The birds are back, Kyle.
Dem birds.
The Critical Strike tradition returns.
Ah yes, the birds. And now you can have birds in stereo, because I am in a location that actually has birds.
There's no birds in Philadelphia.
Well, they're pigeons, but they're not birds, they're rats.
Yeah, you got me on that one. Alright, so, guess it's about time we kick this off.
Alright.
And who shall I pick?
Josh goes first.
Nope.
Josh goes first.
Nope. Josh
Billy,
didn't
back
go.
me up on this. Josh goes first.
Yeah, I think Josh should go first.
Alright, so Kyle, what have you been up to?
Motherfucker.
Do you want me to go first?
No, I'll go first. You know what? I'll just do it like I always do, and I will go first.
Just suck it up, Kyle, while we watch the girls, alright?
Yeah, see?
What? I'm watching a girl walk up the street.
Uh-huh.
Hi, pretty
Stalker.
lady. Hi, pretty lady.
So, Josh, I didn't know if you knew this or not, but the cake is a lie.
Alright, seriously, I already want to cancel this episode. I hate you for bringing that up. Look, I hated the whole Portal thing when Portal was relevant.
I know.
And now that Portal isn't relevant, and not like it was to begin with, I still hate it, okay?
Why?
That whole...
The cake is a lie.
oh, my companion cube is so adorable.
Yeah,
You didn't like the game though?
Game was fun. I didn't get the whole... you are right. I don't get why people are like, oh my god, oh my god. It was funny. I don't...
Yeah, I mean, it had its funny moments. It had some cute quotes to it. The Gladys thing was pretty cool, but other than that, it wasn't that good to me. I didn't really enjoy it as much as everybody else did, I guess. Maybe because it's Valve.
Yeah, and you do hate Valve.
It's true.
But I bring this up because Mac finally got a Steam client, so I downloaded Portal because it was free and beat it.
Oh, man.
3 years behind, 2 years behind?
What, for getting Steam or Portal?
For getting Portal.
I think it's been like 2 or 3, yeah.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
Yeah, it has. So now I'm current with gaming as of 2 years ago. So that's pretty good.
So how do you feel about Steam on Mac?
I think it's annoying as shit, to be honest, because it updates
Really?
every time I fucking open it. It takes forever to open. It always stays open, and that was the only free thing on there. I realize that Steam is just a marketplace, but most of the games on there are absolute trash.
Man,
They're
Rudolph never had it so good.
Huh?
Wait, go ahead.
It's best you don't ask.
Okay. I don't even want to know.
Go with what you were saying, though.
Yeah,
you don't
but-
like that the Steam never shuts off? I thought that's kind of the neat thing about it.
Yeah, I don't know, it's just annoying as hell. I don't care. I only have one friend on Steam, and it's Josh, and he's never on.
Oh, I'm on. I don't. I use Steam. I don't have it set to auto log in the friends list.
Okay. But,
Josh likes to keep things off the record for some fucking
yeah, he
reason.
does. But most of the games on there are garbage for the Mac, because it's either all of the Valve games, which I really didn't have that much interest in the first place.
Is Team Fortress 2 available?
I don't know. I thought you hated Team Fortress 2.
No, I love Team Fortress 2.
Oh. Maybe I'll get it then.
I don't know if it's available, but dude, there is one game you need to buy, and it is available for Mac.
And what is that?
A little title called Torchlight.
Yeah.
So, is this multiplayer or is it single player?
No, this is single player. There is an MMO version of Torchlight coming, I think later this year or early next year.
Alright.
But you love Diablo.
I do, but I play Warcraft to kind of sublimate my urge to play Diablo.
How can they're two different gameplay styles. They should not even be remotely considered a substitute for each other.
Don't make me think otherwise, Josh.
But
Just stop. Please just stop for the betterment of mankind. Just don't make me think otherwise.
But Kyle, like,
Shh.
no, it's just weird that you would consider Warcraft or World of Warcraft
Just
a
stop,
substitute.
Josh. Just please stop.
I just want to.
I've convinced myself otherwise, so I don't go back to Diablo and still play World of Warcraft and have two crippling addictions that I have to divide my time between.
All right, well that's fair enough. But Torchlight, anyways, dude, is it's basically Diablo 2, or actually kind of more Diablo 1-ish to me. With several neat additions, like you can have a pet with you, a dog or cat, and that animal can also learn some abilities. But
like
the
a
best part
house cat or like a bigger cat?
no, like a tiger.
Oh, okay. Well, why didn't you say tiger?
Yeah. Okay, so you get like a tiger type cat.
Okay.
But the cool thing is with that is like you can be in the middle of a dungeon, and you can command your cat or dog to go back to town and sell some items for you, or buy some new items, and they'll go and then do that, and then come back for you with whatever you ask for.
Is that like instantaneous, or does it take
It takes a couple minutes, I believe.
That's actually pretty interesting.
Yeah, and it's by the team who did Diablo. This is the Diablo team.
Oh.
It's their new company. After Hellgate London failed, they left that and formed another new company and made Torchlight. What is it, Blizzard North? I think they were when they were Blizzard.
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, they're working on a Torchlight MMO or online version right now, but I think it's like only $10. I think everybody who has Steam has to buy that game because it's really good. I'm not sure if Billy's played it or not, but
Yeah, I have it. It's good stuff. I scored it for like $3 during the Christmas sale, though, which makes it even better.
well,
Damn you,
Yeah.
Steam sales. Why did you have to happen 5 months prior to me getting you?
Oh,
It goes on sale all the time, though.
Yeah,
Do
and
they?
they happen every weekend. They have a Steam sale every weekend.
Ah.
Yeah. Just watch for it, and it'll go for like $5.
I mean, I did look at the Mac listing of games, and 90% of them are indie games like World of Goo and stuff like that.
Yeah, they're also crappy Flash games that I have absolutely no interest in like Diner Dash or Diner Dash 2 Dash Harder.
Oh, they have Dine & Dash on there?
I imagine they do.
I would actually consider getting that.
They probably have Snood on there as well.
Hmm.
I don't know. It's a lot of the games on there are garbage. The games that I would have interested in are the fucking LucasArts games and the
Is KOTOR on there?
Yeah, KOTOR's on there. That's how I got it, remember?
Yeah. Have you finished that?
No.
Or are you still have you done the same BioWare thing that you usually do, which is just do the first 2 planets and then stop?
I got actually pretty far in this, didn't I, Billy? I got decent size in it.
I forget where you quit, how many hours.
Yeah,
You made it farther than I thought you were going to.
And he can't say anything considering he only spent like an hour with Final Fantasy VI.
I spent like 2 hours and 7 minutes.
Yeah, and I went way further than that in KOTOR.
Yeah, but KOTOR's fun.
So was Final Fantasy VI.
The pink glasses I do not have.
Speaking of, Kyle, I want to bring back the old challenges.
Okay. I'm hesitant to agree, but I'm game.
Well, it's not something we have to do every episode like we did then.
Yeah, that's probably what crippled me because I lose interest in things pretty quickly.
You know, maybe here and there we'll throw down a challenge, but it's something like I was looking at the website and saw the challenges section, and I clicked it, and I was like, oh man, this is something we need to do again.
Yeah, just so you can continue to kick the crap out of me in something else.
That's not what it was meant to be, and you know that. That's what you turned it into.
Yeah, I know, but I'm competitive.
For me, it was a way to see, hey, Kyle hasn't played this game. I'm going to challenge him to play it and see if he does. Much like you with Super Metroid to me.
Yep.
And I played Super Metroid. In fact, I have Metroid Prime Trilogy sitting downstairs for the Wii.
I honestly think you'll probably like that. It was really good. I can't say much for the third one because I haven't played that one, but the first 2 were great.
Mm-hmm. Well, there we go. So, yeah, that's one thing I want to bring back. And we're going to go back to Steam for Mac now.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, it's as far as I understand it, it is Steam, and it's for the Mac now. And Portal was free for like a week.
For everybody, too, even PC users.
Yeah. But, yeah, I finally played a 2 or 3-year-old game.
It's basically every episode for you when you mention a game from...
Ha, ha, ha. Actually, no, here's something more relevant. I got into the StarCraft 2 beta.
Yeah.
That's only like 3 months ago.
Yeah, actually. So what do you think?
It's StarCraft. They took out probably my favorite unit, the Goliaths.
But the Thors are so goddamn good.
The Thor... No, they're not. They break at the top of a hat.
I love the Thor.
I took out 3 Thors with 1 battle cruiser.
Battle cruiser operational.
I don't. That's the thing that's killing me is the voices are changed.
Well, if you watched BlizzCon from last year, a couple of the people died.
Oh.
The old voice people, they died, so...
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and like, which voice are you talking about that changed? The battlecruiser?
Yeah, the battlecruiser one. It made him obviously drunk.
I haven't heard the battlecruiser one, but for StarCraft 1, the guy who did it was actually Chris Metzen, the dude who does all the StarCraft and Warcraft lore.
Huh. I did not know that.
Yeah, see, bitch, don't mess with me. I know things.
No, I wasn't messing with you.
I have mind powers. Mind powers.
Special. Okay. But I do love...
Mind powers!
I do love the Thor's voice, though. The Arnold Schwarzenegger one. And I love how pretty much everything he says is based on one of the movies.
Yeah.
I giggled quite heartily at that. Zerg play a lot differently.
It is. Like, you actually have to kind of strategize a bit more with Zerg, actually, from what I was seeing, rather than the complete rushdown that you used to be able to do. And it's kind of nice seeing, what is it, the Overlord?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Overlord poops for like 2 minutes.
Yep. It makes...
Creep,
which I thought was pretty neat. But it only does that if it's standing still.
But still, that gives you a good chance for expansion and all that.
Yeah, quick expansion too. I have not had a chance to play with any of the Protoss.
Yeah.
But you quickly raped me with the not their
The
carriers.
Void
but
Ray?
Yeah, the Void Ray. Yeah, you took me out pretty quickly with those.
Yeah, I've typically been a Protoss player in StarCraft, mainly because of how quickly they can build and all that, and now they kind of have it even easier with Chrono Boost or whatever it is. So, like, you tried to rush me down early on with
Well,
some
it
Zerg.
wasn't a rush. I was just wondering where the hell you were. I didn't want to use one of my drones, so I just sent a few Zerglings.
If that was StarCraft 1, those Zerglings could have taken me out. That's how easy it was to take out Protoss early on in
Really?
StarCraft 1.
Oh, yeah, because Protoss were slow to build at first.
Yeah, and luckily I had some what were they? The Zealots or
Yeah,
whatever.
the Zealots.
Yeah, I had a couple of those up, and they're actually quite powerful early on.
Yeah, I think they killed my Zerglings in one hit.
Yeah, pretty much. And by that time, I was also on my third base.
Wank, wank, wank.
And once I started getting some Void Rays up, I knew it was already all over. And to make matters worse, I built a couple of carriers too.
Yeah. So you raped me pretty quickly in that.
Yeah,
But,
Billy actually got to listen to it.
Yes, he did. Overall, it's StarCraft. It's fun. I might get it when it comes out. Who knows?
Oh, dude, I'm totally getting it. I already have it pre-ordered.
Yeah, I didn't do it. They just said, hey, we saw that you registered for the beta like a year ago. Here you go.
Yeah, and I'm hoping the same thing happens for me with the Cataclysm beta. I'm like balls deep waiting
Yes,
for that.
I am waiting for that as well. Been playing the Batmans and Super Street Fighter 4 still. Enjoying both of those games still.
How far are you in Batman now?
Not terribly far. Probably a few hours after the last time I mentioned it.
Well, see, Billy was a big fan of Batman.
Yeah, I thought it was cool.
So, like, you should have, like, kind of a convo here with him while I look at the pretty ladies.
That's commercial, Josh.
I think we already talked
God
about this.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Well,
All right.
My question is, did you find the thing on the island that really doesn't make sense to be there yet?
no, or else I would know
Nope.
immediately what you speak about.
Yep. So once you get there, we'll see if your opinion changes.
Well, now I'm interested.
That thing that you were talking about is that big of a deal where it can make or break if you like the game based off
No.
of what might not be there or shouldn't be
No,
there?
I think I'm beginning to know Kyle better, and it seems like one of those things that it could just slowly wear on him, and then he'd just be like, you know what, fuck this.
Oh, Kyle is Mr. Spock of video games.
What?
If something doesn't seem logical,
Okay. I'll give you that. But, I mean, you can't just throw something completely asinine in the center of a game and be like, there you go.
No, you
don't
can.
notice it.
you can. That's something that I would be like, holy shit, this is amazing. You would be like, does not compute, does not compute. Do man not
Kyle is
know?
angry.
Do man not know? Do man not know?
It's kind of like when you find those pictures of Josh on your sister's computer. Like, you just don't know how to handle it.
Mm-hmm. Spread eagle.
Josh, you better be goddamn sure I don't find any pictures of you on here.
Yeah.
I make no promises, my friend.
His body is one continuous beard.
Oh, God. He's got
Terrible.
the dwarf braids going down it, too, just everywhere. That's so gross, Josh. Why do you do that?
I can't. Hey, look, it's fashionable up here. You guys don't know.
Really?
Yeah. All the women have it too. It's amazing.
Oh,
I just swing to places now. I don't even travel by car. I just swing.
Cool.
moving on. So Nancy's finally had some spare time to do things that she wants to do besides work, so she's been playing Final Fantasy XIII.
Yes, she has.
And
Yeah,
she has
she
been
has.
absolutely loving it.
I know, dude. I had like a 5-minute conversation with her the other
5
night.
whole minutes.
Actually, more. It was more like a half-hour conversation with it about it. Mainly about how you might be gay because you don't like Vanille. That was a big subject that we touched upon.
Wait. You don't like Vanille?
No, I don't like Vanille.
Well, I don't like her as a person either, but she made the 11 hours I played it a lot better just watching her walk around.
She's like
See?
16. She
She's
has
not.
the
She's 18.
All right.
That's a Mormon's
I'm gonna call
factoid.
I'm gonna call bullshit on that, and I'm gonna look up the character bio. Actually, no, because there's going to be spoilers. I have to go downstairs and look at the manual, but I'll do that later.
Does not compute. Dumond not know. Dumond not know.
But
that's the title of the show. Dumond not know.
Yeah. She's annoying as fuck. She has this stupid ass cheery disposition that she's like, she will just flip from, oh, that's so sad. So who wants to go play
Yeah, that's why I love her, dude. She's so out of place.
Australian. Yeah.
She's retarded.
You're retarded.
People who like her have to go to prison because they're liking an underage retarded girl. Like, social services need to be
you're
called.
the one implying sexual things.
Yeah, you're the one.
I just want to be around her so she can cheer me up.
Right.
You're the dirty old man.
You just said you want to watch her walk around.
Because she's very cheerful. She hops.
She's like a walking rainbow cow.
Yeah, she skips.
She has a rainbow-colored fucking safety helmet.
A rainbow, I also might want to do terrible things too. But that's beside the point.
She's just a rainbow in the dark, Kyle.
Josh, you better be hoping that is not a quote from the video game, because if it is, it's good. But if it's not, I'm going to murder you.
It's actually a Dio reference.
Well, if Josh is still watching this terrible show, nothing will compute for Josh for about 5 minutes.
Oh, God.
Good Lord.
Yeah, so...
Either way. But Nancy does like the game. Like, she was talking to me about a few things. But the whole paradigm shift, I still think it's just kind of pointless. It's just like fluff.
Well,
I would rather just have a character who's a healer. Because, like, to me, the idea that if I go in and everyone's set to warrior, nothing happens to this enemy. But then if you switch one character to a rogue or whatever it is, suddenly all this damage happens. It's nonsense.
Well, the warrior, you got to think of it.
There are subtleties.
You really though have to think of it almost in World of Warcraft terms though, because like your party becomes kind of like a raid, where like if you switch, what's his name, Snow to the warrior class, he becomes a tank.
Mm-hmm.
And he keeps the creature on him while everybody else heals or damages.
I also think where I am in the game is I just got Odin, and I think it's fucking retarded that Snow got, what's her face, chick with 6 arms, Shiva, and Lightning got Odin, who does lightning damage.
Why is that retarded?
Because Snow has an ice-based creature, and Lightning has a lightning-based one.
Does not compute.
It does compute. It's just stupid. Does that mean Vanille's going to get a sunny disposition summon?
Honestly,
well, the kid gets a big douchebag that attacks things.
Don't spoil it for him.
Well, I figured everybody gets a summon.
But honestly, Kyle, I did not even consider that. I didn't even put together in my head, oh, Lightning just got Odin. He's a lightning-based character. Snow just got Shiva. That's ice-based.
Well, I thought, that's kind of stupid. It didn't even enter my mind that Lightning would get a lightning-based summon.
You're overthinking it.
I am overthinking it. But that's what I do.
I know.
Yeah.
You're dumb.
I side with Kyle on this one. That is pretty stupid.
No, it's not stupid.
Nah, it's pretty dumb.
You're dumb, and I hate you.
But I'm getting into the game now. Before I was really put off about it, and now I'm starting to have fun with it. So,
how far are you?
I think the 10-hour mark.
Okay.
I'm the beginning of Chapter 5, if I were to put a place in it.
Okay. Wait, Chapter 5? Odin, I think, was like Chapter 9.
No, Odin's Chapter 4. The end of Chapter 4.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Wow, it was further than I thought.
But
yeah, that's pretty much all I've been doing.
I don't know. Hey, Billy, any thought of going back to Final Fantasy?
I'm not gonna rule it out, but probably not for some time. I mean, I kind of wish though that, for a game that they put the story, we'll say, on such a high pedestal, like, the few times that Verona saw me playing it, she thought it was neat. But there's no way she could play a game like that. She's never played an RPG. It'd be just too much. She just wouldn't even know what was happening.
She would put the controller down and go into a corner.
So it's like I kind of wish there was like an ultra easy mode where I could just rip through the rest of the game to get the story. I don't care what you say. Like I think it does need difficulty settings.
No,
I would have finished it if I could just rip through it.
No,
I'm gonna tell you right now.
No,
I'm just telling you.
No.
On the topic of story, I've been talking with Nancy a lot, and she's been playing this a lot. And she's been super awesome by turning off her microphone while the game is in a cinematic, so I don't hear any possible spoilers.
Right on.
Dude, I'm still shocked. Like, she's as far as she is because she did not like Final Fantasy XII.
She's unspoken about it. She doesn't know how she feels about it. But
no, she's literally told Billy and I that she loves it.
Yeah, loves 13?
Yes.
Yeah, I agree with you. She hated... I don't know how she feels about 12.
No, she's told us she hated 12.
Oh, then she hates 12. I don't see how those two are similar. 12,
Man.
you just sit there and just let the computer do its thing. 13,
Your
you actually have
girlfriend
to
communicates
think about
with me
stuff.
and Billy more than you.
I'm
Well, Kyle's a jerk,
busy.
though. We went over this.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
You guys are...
Well, speaking of the story, though, do you like that you're playing a game for 10 hours and still have no idea who you're fighting against? Really? That there's no central bad guy?
That is bothering me. And there isn't even, like, a secondary bad guy. There's kind of, like... you know what? I don't even know what the fuck's going on in the story. They're just throwing shit around.
See, I got to like 12 hours and I was like, why the fuck am I still playing this? And then I just put it down and sent it back. It wasn't that I disliked it. I didn't care about anything I was doing and fuck it.
See, when I played it, I had no problem understanding the terms and everything that they were throwing around.
I understand the terms, but there's still no who's the guy pulling the strings behind it. There's not even been like some shadow with an ominous laugh. It's just, what am I doing?
Oh man, now all I can think of is Ganon from Link's Awakening.
Even, like, 7 hours in Final Fantasy VII, you went, oh, that's the bad guy. That's the guy who's going to be the dick throughout the entire game.
7 hours
that
in,
one
man.
the one I'm playing of you that you wanted me to play, you figured out that little wizard was the bad guy right off the bat. I mean, you got to have that so that I know why am I going through all this crap.
Well, in Lost Odyssey, you didn't find out for a while. Well, actually.
Well, no, you found out probably 4 hours in. Oh,
Yeah.
the cheese guy's the bad guy.
The cheese guy?
Yeah.
His name's
I might want to play the game if there's a cheese guy.
Gorgonzola.
Yeah, Gorgonzola, something like that.
Yeah.
Gongora.
Gongora. Yeah.
And you knew right off the bat that guy, like, when you first saw him, you went, that guy's an asshole. He's going to be the villain.
Yep.
He's
obviously shady.
I pretty much tagged him right away as a douchebag. More mud wrestling.
But in this, there's no apparent douchebag. I met some brigadier general, and I'm like, he's a douchebag, but he's not the douchebag I'm supposed to be fighting.
Yep.
Now, what would you say if I told you it was Vanille?
That would be pretty sweet.
I don't know how to feel about that, because one, you just gave a pretty big fucking spoiler, and if that were true, I'd be really pissed off.
I honestly have no clue.
Okay.
Yeah, you're not even like, but what? How many hours are you in?
I'm
Josh?
further than Kyle, but yeah.
Yeah, I just got on the second disc. And it blew my mind, because I was like 10 hours in, and I'm on the second disc.
You can't say that reference to us. I'm only on the second disc. We don't have that reference, Kyle. We're on one disc.
Did you get to like the little bit where you're in like a forest where there's all these fucking elevators yet?
Yes.
That's where I was at, and it just kept going and going, and I was like, that's where it broke me. I sent it back right in the middle of that.
Well, I'm just glad I'm not in that area with those guys, like the guys with the big metal claw that take forever to put down until you figure out the best way to do it.
Yeah, I mean, that's part of what I was saying about the paradigm shift. It's a neat time waster, but it really, I don't know.
No, I like the job system, so I'm all for it.
Billy, are you watching this?
I'm trying not to, Josh. I'm trying to stay on task and complain about Final Fantasy. That's my role. Not to watch a sweet, hot Asian chick walk upstairs in a mini dress.
Right.
Oh, man. But on a side note, Skype just sent me a little message from some sort of penis enlargement company.
Good timing, Skype.
I've never gotten a Skype spam before, ever.
I get them all the time.
Well, that's probably...
But this one's a little too late because I've been watching this show. Block.
So, anything else, Kyle?
No, that's about it.
Really? Just Steam, StarCraft?
That's
no
all
more Street Fighter?
No, I said I've been playing Street Fighter. I said I've been playing Street Fighter and Batman's.
I wasn't paying attention to the damn thing you were saying.
I was.
I know.
How is the Street Fighter stuff going, though? Are you...
I'm still getting my ass handed to me.
No, my question is, are you turning into one of those hardcore nuts like these guys, or is it just going to be kind of inevitably just kind of put it on the shelf and forget about it.
It's one of the 2 games that I own for the PS3, so it's going to be like Halo was for the original Xbox. I will be playing it, and I'll eventually get good at it.
Yeah, I mean, we just played last night again, too. So, I mean,
God damn it. You guys need to, shoot out a message to me so I can hop on.
Oh, dude, it was like 4 in the morning.
Oh, yeah, I was in bed.
Yeah, we played some Redemption and then went into that. But, so if that's going to be it for you, I'm moving on.
All right, go right ahead.
Billy?
Hi.
How you doing?
Pretty well.
I like the sound of your voice.
You want to tell me what you've been playing lately, Billy?
Well, I think pretty much the games you've been playing, besides Lost Planet 2, is the only one that I won't steal your thunder on, so we can talk about that if you like.
So you kind of want to join together and talk about games?
By your powers combined, you're a section of a podcast.
We will save A Link to the Past 2 and Red Dead for your section, but I've put a fair amount of time into Lost Planet 2, and it's not as terrible as everyone says it is.
Really?
They can all die.
Oh, really?
It's really not.
Why don't you tell me about these big mechs?
So, did you send it back, or is it still in your GameFly envelope? What'd you do?
It is still sitting here next to me.
Alright, we're gonna play that later. So that way your next show you can... it's 4-player co-op. That's the way it's supposed to be played. It's really not that bad. I mean, people... It's definitely from Japan, and there's a lot of little things. I think a lot of people were expecting Gears of War, and that's not what it is.
Wait a minute, though. If you say it's definitely from Japan, that, piques Kyle and my interest.
Well, I mean, it's just the way it plays, and there's a lot of just little things that aren't Western style, we'll say.
Because Kyle is definitely a weeaboo.
I'm not a weeaboo.
Are you, Kyle?
I might have characteristics of one, but I don't associate myself as one.
No, you are a weeaboo.
No, I'm not.
You are.
I don't say Japanese... I don't intersperse my dialogue with Japanese phrases.
You do.
No, I don't.
You do.
No, I don't.
You do.
Josh, I don't.
Yeah, pretty much every time you hop on Skype, you go, Ohio!
Mushy mushy!
No, the game's pretty good, though. You might like it. It's definitely not for everyone, and I won't fault anyone for not liking it, because it doesn't have mass appeal. But, I mean, you really just run around for 20 minutes, half an hour, fight a giant monster, repeat.
Yeah.
Just mechs, you blow shit up. I mean, that's what I was hoping, that's what I was expecting, and that's what I got.
Well, it's more of the gigantic creatures that I want to see.
Yeah. I just fought this pair of, they were kind of sand, salamanders that, every once in a while they'll stand up and let out this high frequency, and, you can't move, and you're running around this little village trying to take cover, shooting rockets from all over the place, and, yeah, it's fun as hell. You just blow stuff up. It's kind of like Contra. You run through some crap and then fight a big monster.
Don't compare it to Contra.
No, but I just mean, in the formula, it's that simple. I think people wanted more complexity out of it, and you just run around for a little bit, and then you fight a giant monster.
No, I don't think people wanted more complexity out of it. I think that they were looking for it to be Gears of War, and the problem is the Japanese market isn't going to make a game that's Gears of War. They're going to take kind of Western style and infuse it with what they have. The problem is... Yeah,
it's I told Pete, though, it's kind of like if a guy who liked SOCOM and Gears of War in Japan, he decided to make a game. It's some weird hybrid of kind of certain things from those games, but still its own game.
Yeah, but I definitely want the Japanese market to stop developing Western-style games or games for the Western audience. Do your own thing, man. I love the whole mech and big monster stuff, but do it your own way. Don't do it the way that you think the Western audience is going to buy into it, because they're not. Lost Planet 1 showed you that, and Lost Planet 2 is showing you that.
I mean, and I liked that the mechs, they don't handle something that God built. They don't turn on a dime. They handle big clunky machines would, and that's kind of what I like about it. They're slow, and yeah, it's a pretty cool game. We'll try it later, see what you think.
Any interest, Kyle?
I played the demo, and if the game is like the demo, then I probably wouldn't have a problem with it. I mean, in that you just swing around with a grappling hook and shoot it at a big ass lava worm thing.
Oh, that's where the demo's at? Yeah, I just beat that guy. He's one of the less fun bosses. A lot of the other ones jump around and do a bunch of crazy stuff. But yeah, I mean, that gives you a taste of what to expect.
Yeah, I'd probably be interested in playing it, mostly because of the giant robots.
And we know how Kyle feels about robots.
I do love them robots.
Weeaboo.
If anything, it does make me want to play Monster Hunter a little bit more.
Really?
I wish it was on a real system, though.
Oh.
Well, I just mean one that has a better online structure where I don't have to, just one that would work better. Where I didn't feel naked and alone.
What? Why didn't you put it like that? Why did you have to go to a real system?
Well, because I don't even know how to put a friend on the system. I don't even know where that's at. When you turn on the Xbox or the PlayStation, bam, tells you how many friends are online, they're right there, how many messages, all that stuff. It's just easy and it's right there. And the Wii, I don't even know where it's at.
You're a hater.
And, it's not like I can just type in Josh. I gotta go and, decipher some 30-digit code like my router.
I wish I was water.
Yeah. But either way, that's really it besides the other two obvious ones.
Mm-hmm. I'm distracted. Sorry.
I know you are. I'm just giving you your moment.
I have no idea what the hell's going on.
It's probably best, Kyle. It's probably best.
All right, so, yeah, anything else besides Lost Planet 2?
Nope.
So, we might as well talk about the game that we spent 9 hours playing on Skype.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Poor Kyle.
I know. You guys got me really pumped to play this, and when Batman goes out, that's coming in.
Dude, you should just buy it. Oh
yeah,
my God.
I got hit up by 2 checks I wrote 2 months ago, and I'm really glad I transferred some money, because it fucked me.
Oh, really?
It did.
Oh, I mean, it's definitely worth... I'm not going to say you should buy it right now, because, I do know your situation, but, it's a game... We're talking about 3D Game Heroes, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
It's a game that I can see, a few months from now being like, oh, man, I'm kind of bored. I got nothing to play because we're in a lull period. I'm going to throw this game in and play it. I go back and play Legend of Zelda, A Link to the Past and Link's Awakening numerous times throughout the year.
Mm-hmm. I'm playing that right now on the DS.
Link's Awakening?
No, Link to the Past. It's my favorite game of all time.
So yeah, I'll play those numerous times throughout the year, and I definitely see 3D Game Heroes as being another one that I add to that list. It's like, oh, I'm bored, I'm going to start up a game here and just explore. And I think when you and I played last Sunday on Skype for 9 hours, that kind of became the biggest thing too. We went through the first 3 dungeons, but after that we just started exploring the world and being like, okay, let's see what we can find.
Yep.
Does it follow the Zelda structure, which is the 3 introductory dungeons and then the 6 major dungeons?
In a way, kind of. I think there's maybe 7 dungeons in total, maybe?
7?
Yeah.
That's not a number.
I don't know. I've kept away from all of any kind of game guides or anything like that. But I do know that there's 7, but I don't know if there's any after that.
Yeah, I don't know if maybe at some point it goes into a Dark World scenario or whatever.
Tell me it does.
But there is quite a few dungeons. There's a shitload of things to do in between. You want to talk about a game with side quests, man. There's thousands of side quests in this game, and they're not exactly obvious.
Thousands?
Thousands. Dude, I literally did maybe 100 in one day.
Really?
Yeah.
What the fuck are all these? Are you talking to trees?
Dude, all you do is go into a town and talk to somebody, and they'll say, hey, can you go to this town and get me some eggs?
Yeah, well, you should preface that. Yeah, it's not like there's some sort of quest structure.
Well, if you would have let me finish, I was saying they're not exactly obvious.
Oh, so sorry. Captain exaggerates.
Josh is a rage boner.
Please, yeah, I don't like you with normal levels of testosterone. You're very aggressive.
Critical Strike is done. It's done. I'm taking critical music, and Kyle's taking the strike.
Good. You can have the hard one.
Oh.
All right, I'm sorry for interrupting you, sir. Please continue.
But no, like I said, the side quests aren't exactly obvious. They don't make themselves known at all. You just kind of have to pay attention to what you're reading. And it's kind of hard, too, because you come across so many other references to previous games where it's like, oh, well, everybody I talk to is just going to give me some bullshit thing that, I'm going to laugh at and then move on. not knowing that you're going to be missing a lot of details too. And I'm thoroughly enjoying it. I don't know, Bill, you got anything to add?
Not a ton. I think the character creator is neat. I think it's sad that Kyle spent all that time digging out the Kirby stuff, getting ready to do it, and then you sent him a picture of someone already doing it.
Yeah.
And he has to start all over now.
That made me rather brokenhearted, not to think of another 8-bit character to render in 3D.
Why not just download one of the ones that somebody already did?
Yeah,
because
but you
that's
gotta do
not
your
the
own.
point,
It's cooler.
Josh.
Look, I'm using the default hero, okay?
Yeah, but that is really lame. You should at least change the color of his hat or something.
Work.
It's not work. It's like 2 buttons.
It's work.
Yeah.
I'm fine with the default character. I mean, he looks pretty cool. He handles his big sword or big fish, whatever you might have, very well. But like, it's just a very charming game. It does everything that's right for me. Like, I think it was the second dungeon Billy and I finished pretty much around the same time, because we had that whole like almost kindergarten or preschool thing going where we were talking about the game while playing it, or saying, "Oh man, I just found this. You need to go try it," and then he would try it, because you don't know what's going to happen. There is really no guides for this game.
Yeah, it's like being when you were a kid and you'd have a friend over and we just sat there trying to figure the game out, and I really don't do that enough anymore. I'm so in that pattern of stuck, pull out the cell phone, continue.
Right.
And it's kind of neat that there isn't any information, and I'm kind of just staying away from it and forcing myself to figure it out, and that's kind of cool.
Yeah. And then, like, I think it was when we finished the second dungeon, I went back to the king to talk to him, and, like, you want to talk about charm. Once I talked to him,
yeah.
He's like, "Oh, I see you got the second orb, blah, blah, blah." And my character's like, "How did you know I got the second orb?" And then the king says, "Oh, you might be wondering how I knew you got the second orb. It's because I'm the goddamn king, and I know everything." And the guy that's next to him goes, "That's right, let's party!" And I'm like,
"Oh, fuck, that's okay."
What?
No, this is something I got to tell you later.
Okay. But, they have the whole From Cave where they have all the Demon Souls references as well. Like a sticky white stuff. There's a message on the floor. Like, in, the big gimmick with Demon Souls where you can leave messages for other players to come across. And if they read them and recommend them, they heal you in Demon Souls. And it's a message on the floor. It says, "Do you want to recommend it? Yes or no?" And if you hit yes, it says somebody somewhere just got healed. There's plenty of Mega Man references in this. You have Dr. Dick, aka Dr. Light, who gives you your dash boots. And when he does, it says get equipped with dash boots, which is a Mega Man 2 reference.
Josh, I need to ask you something. Is there a guard specifically, who says "Welcome to Corneria" or "Welcome to town" over and over again?
I believe so.
Okay, I'm sold.
I believe so.
I would think the giant swords would be enough to get anyone sold who maybe has passing interest in this game.
Yeah, that is ridiculous. Some of the pictures that you sent me with the sword taking up the entire screen.
It's so awesome, Mel. It's so awesome.
Yeah, and I just got the hero sword, and I totally maxed it out because I have a shitload of money. And
well, you found a gold farming area where you can basically spend an hour and max your gold out, so that helps a lot.
Yeah. Leave it to me, right? But, so I have the hero sword and I maxed it out, and it's the length of the screen, almost as wide, and it shoots 3 beams. So
it's ridiculous.
It's a pretty crazy sword. Like, I went into the 5th dungeon, and when I had the holy sword, things were taking me almost 6 to 7 hits, and with the hero sword, they're taking me only like 2. Like, I went back and beat one of the old bosses with like 2 hits. Because you get... One of the nice things that I know Billy really loved, and I loved, once you're in a dungeon, when you first enter, there's a little tile there, and you look at it and you're like, "Oh, what does this do?" It does nothing. But once you get to the room right before the boss, you can hit a switch, and it activates a teleporter, which means you can teleport from the boss room to the beginning of the dungeon at any time you want.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, like... There's some occasions where you have to go back into the previous dungeon, so like now I'm just going right to the end through that teleporter, and you can go into the boss room, and there's a big thing there where it asks you if you want to revive the boss, and you can refight them if you want, which is a pretty awesome feature.
So
it is neat.
Pretty much this game is every awesome thing about video games when you were a kid rolled into one awesome new.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much, and it's only $40.
And it's a beautiful art style. Yeah, it is the full package, like at a cheaper price.
I absolutely adore it. I can't say enough good about it. I think it's a shame that people are ignoring it.
Yeah, they are kind of, aren't they?
Yeah, it's. When I talked to Mick last night while we were playing Street Fighter, he said he almost bought it, but he's got Alan Wake and he's got all this other shit.
Yeah, what were they thinking putting it out right now?
His daughters would probably like that.
Yeah, actually, I think his daughters would love it. Because they like the whole Little Big Planet creating things, and they can create things in this game too. Not like levels, but characters.
One of the things we were saying is that I hope they keep this going and they make a sequel, and it would be really awesome if it did get like a little bit of a co-op treatment where we could run around and play. That would be pretty sweet.
Yeah, like maybe if they did something like Legend of Zelda 4 Swords.
Yeah.
That
would be awesome.
No, that would be a bad thing. I've never been so angry at a video game or a person until I played that game.
It doesn't mean they need to do it exactly like how Four Swords was. This game is not an exact replica of A Link to the Past, dude. They took A Link to the Past formula and made it their own and added a bunch of new shit to it.
They moved it forward.
Yeah,
for sure.
I mean, I understand that. It's just Four Swords puts me into a bad place.
Well, so maybe they take Four Swords formula, make it their own, add all the charming shit from this.
Yeah. I like though that you can when you're out in the main map part, we'll say the actual world, you basically never get hit, and so you just run around with that whole giant sword. And it's like I told Pete, when you get into a dungeon, like almost immediately you'll take a bit of damage where your sword goes back to like normal, and it's just like a normal Zelda game. And I kind of like that the gameplay almost does kind of feel split.
Yeah, it does a good job making you feel like you're a god, but then when you get into a dungeon, it puts you into serious mode.
Yeah. And also another thing I told Pete is that I never got angry. And I get angry at games pretty easily quite a bit, and I never felt frustrated. It was challenging, but I never felt pissed.
Well, that's one thing that we mentioned last Sunday. Is like when we were in Dungeon 3 together, and you kept moving forward, and I kept dying. I was like, dude, it kind of sucks, but it's strange. I'm not getting mad. Like, I never once got mad. And it got to the point where I memorized the entire dungeon. I would die, start at the beginning, but then just breeze right back to where I was because, you
figure it out.
Yeah, you figure it out. And the third dungeon is when the game gets a little bit difficult. Like the first two, you can walk through easily, and then it kind of ramps up the difficulty a little bit.
Yep.
But the bosses are really cool. I mean, fucking lasers, Kyle.
Yeah, I was on Skype when you guys were flipping out about that one boss.
And it sucks that you had to listen to a lot of the spoilers since you hadn't played it, but...
I don't know, I was distracted with other things. I just remember you guys going, oh shit, lasers! Lasers!
Yeah. It just kept getting better and better the more I played, because it did take me like a good half an hour to kind of start to feel it a little bit, but it just continues to get better as you play, so...
Yeah,
because I look at my inventory, like when I hit the triangle, I don't have shit in there, so it makes me think there's a lot of crap that I haven't discovered and found yet, because I played it for quite a bit now, and it's like I don't really have a whole lot in that inventory, so it makes me kind of excited for all the crap I'm gonna find.
Well, you figure that there's a trophy for getting all the swords, right?
Yeah,
there's a shitload of swords.
Really?
There is a shitload of them.
Oh, talk about the fish before we move on.
Okay. What was it, the Aqua Dungeon? Yeah, it was the Aqua Dungeon. Right before I went into the Aqua Dungeon, I was in the town that's above it, and I talked to one of the girls that was in there, and once again, this goes to show, like, you have to pay attention to what they're saying. I didn't realize I started a, side quest. But when I got out of the Aqua Dungeon, I went back and talked to that girl, and she says, oh, blah, 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 thank you for getting me this, which I don't even know where I got her. Here, take this with you. I don't need it. And, she gives me a rare fish. I was like, oh, sweet, maybe this will, like, refill my health or something. So I go into my inventory, and there's no rare fish. So I went over to the sword section, and there's a rare fish. I can use a fish as a sword.
A giant fish.
A gigantic fucking fish. Yep. I don't use
awesome.
It, but yeah.
I'm anxious to hear your take on future episodes, though, Kyle. I think you'll enjoy it.
Okay, I'll trust you guys.
I think everybody needs to get this game. It's just way too charming. Like
it's it's something I want to see more of, games like this. So, yeah, I'll side with you. People should just go and buy it. Even if they're not going to play it for 3 months, just pay the company the money.
It's only $40, man. Like, Red Dead Redemption is $60, and it's basically GTA in the Old West.
Mm-hmm.
This is A Link to the Past 2.0 with all this extra shit in it, and it's $40 with a much better art style.
Yeah, the sequel I always wanted, and then I got all of this other crap, and Zelda's just fallen into this pile of shit now.
Oh, I can't stand newer Zelda games. They're bad. Yeah. All right, so I guess that's it for that.
Yep.
You got anything else?
No, I'm good. Oh, Android 2.2.
All right, so yeah, Android 2.2. What do you think about that, Billy?
I think it looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
Pretty fancy.
Yeah. What was it? Wednesday?
Thursday,
okay. Yeah, Thursday I was on the NeoGAF, and I noticed that they were talking about some Google press conference. I don't pay attention to tech news as much as I should anymore either, sadly. And I put it on, and they were talking about the new Android version 2.2, Froyo or something like that.
Froyo, yep. Everything is apparently named after a dessert.
Yeah, and seeing that Billy now loves Android and he's been assimilated, I sent him the video, and we basically talked about it on Google Talk while it was playing. And dude, some of the features that they're adding into Android 2.2.
Yeah, they're really friggin' awesome.
Yeah.
Like the whole streaming my library,
to your phone.
Yeah, to my phone is amazing, dude. Like, I love Pandora and Slacker Radio and all those things like that. Mm-hmm. But there's times where I want to listen to my own shit, and then there's times where I'm too lazy to put it all on my devices.
Yep.
And that's perfect, man. That's exactly what I wanted. Like, I don't typically leave my PC on, but say like one day I was like, okay, I'm gonna leave it on and stream some shit. Now I'm sitting at work streaming all my own music from my computer to my phone. That's slick.
Yeah, it is a cool feature.
And they have other things that do that too. Granted, the iPhone can do that with other applications.
Yeah.
But not this nice.
No, I just like the Android system as a whole, where if you don't like something, somebody's already fixed it and you can just download it. They don't force you to do things their way, you can say.
Oh, like, I don't use the built-in Android browser. I use Dolphin browser.
I still use the built-in browser.
I think I use Skyfire or something because it plays a lot of Flash.
Okay.
It has some weird way of getting it done.
So we all use different browsers.
Uh-huh.
You use a different keyboard.
Yep. There's just a lot of little things like that it's just really cool. And all the little widgets that you can install and reordering the apps, and it's just, yeah, it's fucking cool.
Yeah. I don't know. Anything notable from 2.2 that you like, Kyle?
The tethering I am going to enjoy. Yeah, because I travel quite a bit, and you bring my laptop, but now I will have internet access. Slow internet access, but something to do stuff with.
But that's still dependent on Verizon, though.
Yeah, but even then, there's an app in Android that will get around that already does tethering.
Right. Yeah, I'm just saying, like, I don't know how Verizon's going to take to, allowing everybody to just activate that. But either way, there is a way around it already, so whatever. What's your most notable feature, Billy?
I think for me, it's not so much the actual 2.2, but I liked that whole Google TV. And I mean, if they come with a cool device that's under $400, I'll tell you right now that I'll buy one. I mean, really? I just think it's fucking cool. Yeah. I mean, I hope that since the first TV that's going to have it built in is going to be a Sony TV, I mean, it would be really fucking awesome if the PlayStation would adopt that somehow and just run that for me.
Yeah, but to do that, they'd have to port Android to work on the cell.
Yeah, I mean, there's a whole bunch of problems with that. But I think the idea of Google TV, it's less just like, wow, Google TV is cool. And it's more the future of how you consume media. I would rather have Google deciding how it's done than fucking Apple.
The problem that I have with Google TV is you still need your cable connection.
Yeah, but that's only a matter of time. I mean, everybody understands that television's moving to the web. It's just going to happen. And this is just the first step, This is a good way to bring Hulu and YouTube and all those other forms of content onto your TV easily. I mean, it looked really impressive. Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely like Google TV.
Did you check that out, Kyle?
I've been hearing about it, but I didn't really look at anything. It didn't seem too interested to me.
All it really is just a little pop-up on your television where you can just have the web, kind of like your taskbar on a PC. It's just on your TV now.
I can see how that can get kind of annoying, though.
Well, it's not there unless you bring it up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's just regular TV, but then you pop it up and go, I want to watch some Seinfeld. And so you type in Seinfeld, and it tells you if it's on a channel now, when it's going to be on a channel if it isn't, what websites you can watch it on, and where you can buy it if you want to do so.
Huh.
That's the TV part of it. I just like having web access built right onto my television, not having to have like a computer plugged into it.
Yeah.
Plus, you don't have to buy a keyboard and a mouse if you don't want to. You can use your phone as its control.
Oh, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
And I think most notably, the coolest feature, though, is you can use your Android apps on it.
Yeah.
So, like, you can have Pandora on it. It utilizes the Android marketplace already.
Yeah. It's basically bringing your phone onto your television, or whatever it's going to end up being. Android's going to be just kind of how things run.
I guess my most notable feature would be, what was it? Oh, the thing where the PC marketplace and stuff like that. So, like,
yeah, that's super cool.
Their version of almost push notifications, but it's through the cloud, where like I can be on Google Maps on my computer, hit send a phone, and it brings up Navigate on my phone.
Or you download an app, say download, and it just installs on your phone.
Yeah.
All by itself.
Right. I think that's pretty awesome. Like, so I can be getting ready to, say go up to Fun Spot, though I know the location. Look it up on Google Maps, hit send a phone. My phone brings up Navigate. I just walk out the door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think in the future, I think all that shit will just be stored on the cloud, where I don't actually have those apps on my phone. It's just running someplace else, and I can view it.
Well, that's
You know what I
kind of
mean?
a little bit dangerous, though, because you might
It
lose
is.
your reception.
But I'm sure you could get however which way you wanted it. But I don't know. I think it's cool.
What you're talking about, though, all depends on your reception. That's the problem.
Yeah.
But yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, or Android 2.2, it looks amazing. Google TV looks amazing. Like, I am definitely impressed, and I loved all the little jabs that they were throwing at Apple. Like when they were showing off the Wi-Fi hotspot in Android 2.2, where your phone can broadcast a wireless signal for other devices. They said, okay, now let's try it with a device that has no connectivity, and they grabbed an iPad.
Mm-hmm. That was pretty funny.
So
I mean, I will say this so that it's in record. Inevitably, I'm going to end up hating Google just like I hate Apple. But for the time being, they're pretty awesome.
well, right now they're doing everything right.
Yeah.
It's not even so much like a matter of hate. They're adding the things that I want.
And in a good way. They're not forcing them down your throat. They're like, hey, if you want to do this, go ahead. If you don't.
Yeah, like, I don't hate Apple by any means. I don't hate Apple devices. I loved my iPhone when I had it. Problem is, it wasn't offering what I wanted.
Yeah.
So it's not a matter of hate for me. It's just give me what I want, or give me a way to get it, which Android does, because I can replace anything that I don't want.
Yeah.
So is that about wrap it up?
Actually, there's one more thing. I don't know if you guys, use or not, specifically for the Droid. So it'd just be you, Josh. The car dock. Do you use that at all?
No, I was looking at it yesterday actually.
It's pretty nifty, and they're going to be updating that, and they're going to be adding some things that are needed to it.
You do use a car dock, don't you?
Yeah.
Okay, I had a question about that actually.
Yeah.
Does it plug into your speaker system at all?
It does not.
I know that they have one that does. So
you're better off just buying like a cigarette lighter FM transmitter or a Bluetooth transmitter.
Right. Okay. Yeah, because I know one guy like at work who has a Droid as well. Like, he plugs his into the dock and then, probably into the transmitter as well. Like, so he'll have Pandora coming over his speakers with Navigate. So like when Navigate goes to say something, it lowers the Pandora volume, says what Navigate's going to say, and then it brings Pandora back up.
Yeah, I use Slacker, but I keep the Navigator voice on mute just because it's annoying.
No, I'm just saying, like, that is what I'm looking for. It's like something like that.
That's exactly what it does, and it's fantastic.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Yay, Droid.
Yeah.
So I have the theater dock too, and it's great because I use that pretty much for everything. It's my phone. I use it to check the weather in the morning.
Yep.
and it's just right there on the bedside table. Just always looking, always watching.
Always watching. Google's watching you.
Yeah, it is.
They are Big Brother.
Yeah. All right, so that's it for Android 2.2.
Yes.
Sweet.
All right, I'm moving on to my section. All right. Well, I played a little bit of Uncharted 2 with the boys, the fanboys, and Pete and Chipoko, and we played some of the stuff that they released not too long ago, like the new maps. And dude, like, there's that one map where you're on all these buildings that they're developing, and you're jumping from rooftop to rooftop, and I'm swinging on all these platforms, and I'm doing all these crazy acrobatics on top of these things. This, like, I totally am sad that I put this game aside for as long as I did, because if there's ever a shooter that I knew I would have loved, it would have been this. But for some reason, I just ignored it. And now that they got me to play it again, I want to play it all the time. Like, we were on Red Dead last night, and I was like, let's go play Uncharted. Fuck this.
Aww.
Yeah, it's what I want now. Like, I love all the crazy acrobatics. I love everything that it offers me. And these new maps that they added are fantastic. It's a shame that Billy doesn't like it.
I wouldn't say that.
I just
Kyle doesn't allow me to play it.
Fuck you,
What do you
Kyle.
mean I don't allow you to play it?
Fuck you, Kyle.
I don't do anything of the
I sold
sort.
that a long time ago. I took it's just a rare miss on that one that people are still playing it, but at this point it's too far gone to get back into it.
No, it isn't. No, it is not.
I think. Well, for me, I really don't want to go through learning all of the maps when everyone else already knows them.
Dude, I'm just learning them now.
Yeah.
Seriously, pick it up again, dude. Pick it up cheap.
I just like military shooters better. It's just not my style of game.
See, excuse. That's nothing more than
It is. It's just I prefer other style of games.
I hate you and yogurt.
I know.
Why do you hate yogurt?
There was a...
Because I'm looking at it on my TV right now.
Ugh.
You don't want to know.
No, I don't.
Alright, yeah, so Uncharted 2, dude, like, I want to play it over and over and over. I just don't want to stop. Between that and Super Street Fighter 4, like, I am good for online games now. I have nothing else that I want to play online. But,
Well, jumping off of that, talk about Red Dead's online then. Because I have yet to experience it. How's that going?
I don't like it.
Really?
I don't like it. Because they changed absolutely nothing in my mind from Grand Theft Auto 4.
Really?
Except for it has no cool things like being able to fly around in a helicopter. It is GTA 4. It is completely GTA 4.
Well, is there like co-op missions? I know there's supposedly co-op campaign shit style things coming later on. Is there anything like that now, or is it just screwing around stuff?
Like what ended up happening last night? First off, there's a bug with connectivity on both the 360 and the PS3, I guess, from what I was reading, and it kept dropping people. And when I was finally able to stay for more than 2 minutes, they invited me into the posse, and I joined up, and it put me like as far away as I can get from them, which it literally took me 20 minutes just running in their direction, and I never got there. But from what I could see, they were doing some missions or something in free play where they were fighting a rival computer gang.
That's cool.
That's basically all I saw. I mean, we tried one of the modes, the get the gold one, whatever, like kind of the capture the flag variant, and that was pretty cool. I don't know, it's GTA 4 for me, like minus the cool stuff like helicopters. I don't. The problem with that I had with it is I kept trying to. For some reason, I was comparing it to Uncharted 2. I was like, oh man, somebody's shooting at me. Where's my roll button? I need to dive and get away, and I can't.
In a way, that's a little unfair, but I completely understand it.
Oh, I'm totally saying it's unfair that I was doing that, but I don't think it's what everybody expected. I don't think it's what everybody wanted. I think they had higher expectations for it.
I got it on the PS3 as well as the Xbox, but I have a feeling the PS3 version from GameFly will go back just because I just don't see people sticking with it. They have too many other games they'd rather be playing.
I don't think
I'd rather be playing Blur online with people, and I don't have that right now. You know.
I don't think that this is going to be a game that I'm going to stick with either way. I don't like it.
I only played this single player for like an hour and a half here today for the first time, and I'm enjoying it thus far. I like Rockstar games, and I like westerns, so it's win-win for me.
Yeah, I can't speak on the single player. I have yet to try it. I was going to dive into that probably tomorrow.
Right on.
So we'll see. I mean, I'm not going to get rid of it right away. It's just, the online right now for me was kind of a miss. There is a patch apparently coming for the connectivity stuff, so I'm going to wait for that to really make a judgment, because I don't think it's fair. Even though, that shit shouldn't happen on a new game. They should have this shit fixed early on, but whatever.
Yeah. Right on. I don't have enough playtime in it to really talk too much about it. But
me neither, really. It's just, whatever. I played some Heavy Rain.
Did you?
Did you?
Yeah, I finally started that up.
Kyle, have you tried this yet?
I played the demo, but I heard the ending of the game, and I've heard some complaints with the game, and they were
Somebody
sort of
told you the ending?
a deal breaker.
Yeah, but isn't that like one of 20 endings?
Yeah, that's true, Kyle.
Does the killer change?
I don't know.
Billy?
I finished it. Not in mine. I don't know if that's a spoiler or not, but not in my game.
But there are many endings.
There are a lot of endings.
I understand there's many endings, but there's a chief game mechanic that conflicts with the killer in the version that I heard.
I don't know, dude. Like I'm only like a matter of 4 hours into it.
Oh, that's a fair amount, though. I'm surprised you played that much.
Yeah, I mean, I can say I'm like the biggest thing that I did when I went into it. I was like, okay, I have to get video games off my mind, because this to me is not a video game. I'm not playing a game.
Yeah.
I'm watching something unfold is what I'm doing, and I'm interacting with it while it's doing it. So, I needed to get all the complaints I would normally hold against something out of my head.
Kyle.
What?
God damn it, Kyle.
I can say it's absolutely gorgeous. The characters are so detailed. Everything flows real nice. It's an amazing engine that they developed here.
Yeah.
Never did I think doing such trivial things like, brushing my teeth I would enjoy, but I did.
It's the whole everything's a QuickTime event is very grating to me.
No, but see, I thought I was going to hate that, dude. But really, it is not nearly as bad as what everybody made it out to be. Because what happens is, like, say...
In the beginning, it is. It gets better.
Well, even in the beginning, I didn't mind it. Because what happens is, like, when you're early on, like, this is when the game first starts, Kyle, so I'm not spoiling anything. You wake up as the father, and everybody else is off, at the store in your family. You go downstairs, and he's like, oh, man, I should get something to drink or get to work. And I went right to go to work, where he's an architect, so you need to draw a building. What happens is it'll have you do like the QuickTime twice, and then it just takes over and does all the rest of the stuff. Like you'll see him drawing out the rest of the stuff and doing all the detailing and all that. And then it'll say, oh man, I need to take a break. And then you can go right back into it. Now you do the QuickTime twice again, and then it goes into the whole thing again. So at most, you're only doing a QuickTime event twice.
No, but I'm just talking about in the game demo where it's like the fight scene between Fat Cop and Rapist.
I really like that scene, actually.
Because I can't like sit back and enjoy it. I'm like, oh wow, this is an interesting fight. It's fuck, square, triangle. Okay, now I got to do the stick this way. Now square again.
I didn't find that.
I'll agree with you there, Kyle. I'm on Kyle's side on that one.
Well, I'm not saying it's wrong or right. I'm just saying I didn't find that to be an issue. I'm thoroughly enjoying myself so far. Like the problem that I'm having is finding time to get back to it. But I can definitely see me finishing this game. I'm thoroughly enjoying it so far. It's very pretty. It's very well done. Voice acting's kind of terrible.
Yeah.
But yeah, I knew that going into it based off of what everybody else said. But yeah, it's a pretty cool game. I didn't think I was gonna like it, but I am so far.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. You'll finish it once you start it. I mean, if anything, I want to see more games built kind of in this fashion, just in other genres. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like I'd love to see. I know it's a killer buzzword for you, but I'd like to see like a cool sci-fi game like The Fifth Element or something, or even like a like a comedy if it was done well, or like a cartoon game could be really, really fucking cool.
Comedy? Hit triangle for the
Yeah.
punchline? Oh, you fucked up.
Well,
The crowd hates you.
Yeah, well, not comedy like stand-up, but something like fuck, I don't know. I don't watch a lot of comedies, but
I like to say
try some things. There's not a lot of funny games, and this would be a good vehicle to do that.
a rape game, like what I'm seeing on TV.
Rape is funny.
But yeah, I don't know, man. It's a really cool game. I would definitely say, holy shit. Check it out, Kyle. You might like it. Gamefly at some point when you get a chance.
Yeah, I figured I would, but it's a detective story, and I know the ending. Well, I know the killer, at least a killer.
Right.
So it's sort of ruined.
Possibly.
That's something that you should talk to Nick
Possibly.
about, though, because he knows the endings better than I do. Like, he can tell you if the killer changes at all.
I'll send him a message right now.
But either way, like, it's going to change based off of how you play it.
Well, I understand the ending is going to change, but
Well, if anything, play it and try to do as poorly at it as you can. Let the kid die, kill the guy. Just try and kill everyone.
do that.
Why?
I am incapable of purposely doing something, purposely failing at a game, not doing
Does
bad.
not compute. Dumond not get.
Yep.
Yeah. So, after a heavy rain, this week I picked up Rocket Knight on PSN.
Oh, really?
And I don't know if either of you are familiar with Rocket Knight Adventures on the Sega Genesis.
Is this Rocket Knight with a K or Rocket Knight as in the darkness?
With a K.
Do you ride upon a rocket perchance to spy a lady?
So you obviously just answered my question, though, that you are not familiar with Rocket Knight Adventures on the Sega Genesis. Well, how about you, Bill?
I am not in any way, but I am interested to see, since Kyle has a PS3 now, before you get into it, Josh. Have you bought any PSN games? Are you a downloadable guy?
I have not purchased any games, no.
Okay. Super Stardust HD.
I have that.
There you go.
He got it from my account.
Yeah.
Oh, well then you've done. Okay.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm sorry, Jess. I'm not familiar with it though.
Yeah. Rocket Knight Adventures, you play as a possum in a rocket, in a night suit, the whole...
Is there a play dead button?
No.
Is this Choo Choo Rocket?
No, it's Rocket Knight. All right. You play as Sparkster, who is a possum in a night suit, a big armor suit, with a rocket attached to the back. And you have a sword. And
Does not compute.
Does not compute for Billy either.
Why is he a possum?
He's a possum. What, does Sonic compute to you?
Yeah, hedgehogs are badass.
Yeah, they are.
Okay, so Rocket Knight Adventures...
It would have actually made sense, because then they could have made the pun Hedge Knight.
No, okay.
Yeah.
So if Sonic
He's got you there.
This game, all right, Rocket Knight Adventures came out during the period when basically every game company had to have a mascot. You had Bubsy and Mario and Sonic and so forth. Sparkster was Konami's mascot back in the day.
They settled on Possum. That had to have been a great meeting. Did they just give up?
We need
whittled it down to a panther, a tiger, a gorilla, and a possum.
Look, if you saw Sparkster, you wouldn't fuck with him. I'm just saying.
And I'm still
I've shot
picturing
many
that,
a possum. I have no problem fucking with Sparkster.
I'm still picturing that meeting. It's like they're going through famous rats and stuff. It's Mickey Mouse and Bugs Bunny. Okay, we need another cute rat mousey thing.
Yeah,
How
if
about
they're
a
going
possum?
nocturnal, why didn't they go raccoon at the very least? He could have had a shady look to him right off the bat.
Well, I think there was already a raccoon.
Is there?
So Kyle, why don't you tell them how they can get in contact with us if they want?
Oh, rubbish. Continue.
Come on.
Just get
No,
over
no,
the
no.
possum
Yeah.
thing and continue with the game. Yeah.
No, it's there was two sequels for Rocket Knight Adventures, one on the Genesis and one on the Super Nintendo, and after that, Konami kind of killed off the Rocket Knight series, which was a shame because Rocket Knight Adventures was pretty good. This one follows Rocket Knight Adventures pretty damn close, minus the levels. I don't like the level design at all. It doesn't have any of the things I'm used to from Rocket Knight. It just feels like I'm going from point A to end. It's one straight linear path which, yeah, it should. It's a 2D game, but there's nothing in between, really. Like, I'm like 5 levels in, and I just feel like I'm playing the same level over and over and over. But all the cool sparks or stuff is still there. You have your sword, you have your spin attacks, you can hang on a tree limb by your tail upside down. You know?
So, what do you do? What's the purpose of the game?
It's a classic game, dude. They really don't have purposes. You're just trying to... I think in this one, you're trying to clear your name.
Oh, okay.
I think Spark...
Are you serious? I'm sorry. Anyway, you're trying to clear your name on the National Possum Watch List. Anyway.
So, you're trying to clear your name because another possum seems to be taking credit for what you're doing. And, yeah, that's Rocket Knight.
So there's...
Is it fun, though? I mean, honestly, is it fun?
I'm having a good time.
That's all it counts.
I'm enjoying it, minus, like I said, the level design. I just don't think that it's offering the challenges that I'm used to from Rocket Knight Adventures. I'm hoping the further I get into it, it'll definitely get better. You'll be happy because there is a large tutorial part, so it actually tells you how to press buttons because you're one of those guys who don't know how to play video games. But
yeah,
it's good so far. I like it. I'm hoping that this once again is kind of like all these companies using the downloadable services to revive the classic games. Between Mega Man 9, Mega Man 10, Bionic Commando Rearmed, Rocket Knight, and so forth. I hope that this is a good way now that they're going to revive these franchises while giving us the garbage games like Red Dead Redemption.
Oh.
Yeah, you might be going too far with that one, but I won't fault you for it. Lots of people don't like Rockstar.
I'm only busting everybody's balls with it because they wanted it so bad.
Yeah, I'll tell you this though, Kyle. Fallout New Vegas, after playing Red Dead for an hour, Fallout New Vegas needs horses.
There's horses in Red Dead?
It's a cowboy game.
Look, I was
What
a
are
black
you
guy.
talking about?
I was a black guy riding on a mule.
See, you shouldn't be saying there's horses in Red Dead. I would have accepted there's black guys in Red Dead. That would have made more sense.
Well, that was one of my questions last night too. It's like everybody else is like Hispanic or whatever, and here I am, the lone black guy riding around a mule that kept kicking me off.
You had a mule?
Yeah.
You were black?
Oh, man.
Why do games hate me so much when I love them? I even play games with possums in rocket suits.
Who's trying to clear his name?
All right, Kyle, why don't you tell them how they can find us?
His name is Sparkster. You killed his father, and I'm prepared to die.
And it's not even really clearing his name. He's just trying to get credit for what he's doing.
I don't know the story yet. I'm too far into it.
I don't think there's much of a story.
It's important to me.
You can reach Critical Strike at rockstarpossumsareawesome at gmail.com.
Okay. You can there's a few ways you can reach us. The few standard ways are you can shoot us an email at cstrikepodcast@gmail.com. You can... What?
What? Go ahead.
You threw me off. You can send us a voicemail.
Fucking hate you.
At...
Gonna kill you.
909-C-Strike.
Cat.
Why are you just saying things? Or you can send us a Twitter
Fucking
at...
possum's gonna come sit on your face.
I don't think I'd like that, or the possum for that matter. At Critical
He's gonna
Strike.
hang off your dick by with his tail.
Actually, that'd be pretty interesting, as long as it doesn't bite or have rabies. Or you can reach Josh and I at our personal Twitters, which is at Nacero or at KR Dumond, or at BillyBillBlack.
And Critical Strike.
There you go.
Well, I already said at Critical Strike. That was the first thing.
Did you? I didn't hear a damn thing you were saying.
Yeah, it's because you were talking about having a possum hang off my dick.
Now that game I would play.
There's a lot of QuickTime events in that one. You gotta hit triangle to keep
rapidly pressing X.
Get it off! Get it off! Get it off!
Shaking the controller.
It's actually a multiplayer game. You play as the possum or me.
Interesting.
Wait, you can play as what?
So Heavy Possum is the next game from that development house. Hope he's not too heavy.
Let's hope he doesn't have a rocket attached to him. Huh?
How about the voicemail?
I said that, 909-C-Strike.
All right, and how about, contacting Billy?
He already said that.
No, he didn't mention the PS Nerds.
PSNerds 785 Fat Wood. That's good enough.
That's your line?
Yeah.
That is awesome. Josh, how come we can't have Fat Wood?
That's a question for Nancy.
Oh.
I'm sorry, Nancy.
Joke backfired.
You might have just gotten yourself on the shit list. And let me tell you, I've been there.
Nancy does not forgive. She does not forget.
Oh, she forgave me 3 times.
But you got on there pretty quick.
Yeah. It's like the first 90 days. You get a 90-day grace period.
Shit, I think I'm over that. Right on. Well, thanks for having me on, guys.
Yeah, no problem.
Thanks
for joining us.
No problem. We're not having an episode in 2 weeks, by the way, people, because I'm going to be in Wares Beach, New Hampshire for Fun Spot, and Kyle's going to be doing wedding shit.
Oh, yeah, you didn't talk about that.
My cousin's having a Jack and Jill, and I'm getting drunk there.
And I'm going to be playing classic video games at Fun Spot. But there will be a critical music released.
Now, can we expect some video? Because you bought a video camera.
Probably, yeah.
I hope so. Because I am jealous that you get to go and I'm not, so I hope there's at least a little bit of video. Maybe harassing that one douchebag.
Brian Koo.
The kill screen guy.
Yeah, Brian Koo. Hopefully you can go next year. You never know.
You never know.
All right, that's going to wrap it up for Critical Strike 56. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
Till the next time, later.
Bye. I'm still thinking about the a hedgehog in a night suit now. Spiky the Hedge Knight.
I fucking hate you.
Scoop, scoop, scoops!
That does not even look like an opossum. That looks like a cute little kangaroo. Oh, there's the tail. Yeah, that's an opossum. I put on my robe and wizard hat.